Hey, what's up? This is Jacob Asher, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
Tell me about this solo project and this new material that you've been working on.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say my taste doesn't differ from my bandmates, but I
Mm,
think just the things that I would make differ greatly. And this is obviously pretty like hip hop leaning,
right.
as opposed to Joywave, which is a rock band. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a difference of like who is contributing to the final product, and in this case, it's just me. So that's what I would make.
Talk to me about Joshua Tree, and the creative process behind this track in itself. And I understand you produce your own stuff as well, right?
Yes,
So, what was that creative process for you for Joshua Tree?
it was so quick. The inspiration from the song. I was at a friend's house, and their cleaning person came over, and they pulled in the driveway in a Mercedes, and I thought that was kind of interesting. So my mind just kind of spiraled from there, and I just made up like a fictional story about this person that I don't know, and I just started like stream of consciousness writing, and I wrote the lyrics in probably less than 5 minutes, and then I went home and produced the track really quick, laid down like one take vocals, and that was pretty much it.
Damn, like it's like when you least expect it. Like, do you feel like this song was probably one of the fastest songs that you've created so far?
Absolutely, yeah.
The fact that it kind of happened like that at an opportunity where, or at a situation where you weren't even planning on writing a track at the moment, like what happens then? You just jot it down real quick and then go back home and then work on it, or do you just immediately start to kind of like work on that?
Um, I have like a general idea of how it sounds, how it's going to sound in my head.
Hmm.
And I really take advantage of like using voice memos on my phone and just like sing or like talk as much as I can into my voice memos. So like I really remember how it sounds in my head because, like anything can, I don't know, just put an idea at a standstill or they can be so fleeting and like you can never remember
Right.
an idea that you had. So, yeah, and I just like took down the lyrics and like melody ideas and stuff, and yeah, and then fleshed it out once I got home in front of my computer.
Now, with the material well, with this song in particular, like talk to me about the sounds, sonically, what was the mindset behind the instrumentation that you had and the kind of vibe that you had in it?
So initially, the choir sound
Hmm.
that was just like a really chill like synth pad that I had, and then I don't know. I just had the idea to just sing all of the parts, and I just like made my own choir out of my voice and like pitched things around and stuff to make it sound a little more like organic and unique, and instead of just like some patch like in a plugin that anyone could find. So, and
Right.
then yeah, I don't know. I went a little crazy with some of the sounds and like the production stuff. Like some of it's pretty weird. One of my other friends said that it sounded like a freak show at points, but I'll take that.
Now, lyrically or vocally, when you put this track together, like, did you already have an idea of like how you kind of wanted to sing the verses, or is it something that you kind of like did? You kind of had the music, the lyrics, and the sounds, and then kind of started figuring out where to kind of what pockets to go through.
I had a pretty good flow already
Mm.
established in my head, and I had something different initially for the quote chorus part, but I tracked it and then I just moved it over like a couple beats,
Mm.
so it fell in a different place and it felt new to me within the context of the chorus, and I just left it like that.
Do you feel like you creatively you work differently on this as opposed to when you're with the guys and working on the band stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Usually, Dan, the singer of Joywave, he is the songwriter. Like, he writes all the lyrics and stuff like that. So me and my bandmates, all of our contributions are like with instruments and like melodies in that direction.
Right.
So yeah, and when writing Joywave stuff, like guitar is obviously a prominent instrument, and just other like rock band things, like real drums and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I like a guitar isn't a like a first stop for me with my solo work. Like I'll never pick up a guitar and try to write a song or like figure out a part. Like I don't know. I generally gravitate towards like key instruments, like synthesizers, piano, stuff like that.
So you feel like you're definitely challenging yourself more, like now that you're, it's your own project. You get to do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, certainly.
So you've had 3-4 songs, including Joshua Tree, already that have been out?
2 before this, yes.
Oh, 2 before this. Okay, so when you dropped your first one, and did you kind of have an idea of what you wanted to create, or did you want to? Do you feel like you're kind of testing the waters to see where you kind of fit in this like genre of music?
I am definitely testing the waters. Still very much. I have, I think 3 more songs after Joshua Tree that I want to release just as singles, and then I'm going to start working on like an EP, a collection of like 6 or 7 songs, and I think that will have a much more like definitive and like narrow direction, because I think I've really honed in on what I want to do after like, I don't know, trying to write as many songs as I can, like not have like having an open mind and just doing whatever, like no matter what comes out.
Right.
So yeah, I think I'm getting closer and closer to figuring out who like I am as an artist, which is fun. And I don't think it's bad to let people in on that process. Like people can always go back and revisit my early stuff and be like, oh damn, he did that too. It's weird.
Right. Do you find yourself grabbing any like influences from the band, or from touring experiences with the band?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of what I write about and like just anxiety stuff and like all of the travel stuff that I write about obviously stems from the band, because when there isn't a pandemic going on, we're like touring for most of the year and just going all over the country and all over the world and stuff. And yeah, there's a lot of like ups and downs that come with that emotionally, and yeah, having my own way to talk about that has been good.
And the fact that Joywave, pretty much I feel like the last 2 years it's been like nonstop tours. So the fact that you guys have been on those like rigorous types of schedules, like what made you actually jump in and try and also pursue, a solo project?
It was, I think, honestly, things just lined up so perfectly because we had like a very large amount of time off, like out of the ordinary. And I was just like, damn, I gotta do this now or I won't have a chance to do it. So I just like really buckled down. It was like the dead of winter, so I couldn't even like go outside or do anything. And I just powered through as much as I could.
So, you mentioned you have more music coming out eventually for this. Do you see yourself kind of taking this out on the road as well, or do you just want this to be like a project for you to kind of like release out, online to your fans?
I definitely want to like perform this out, and I would absolutely do a tour or do like several like a small run, just like New York, LA, Chicago, or something like that.
Yeah.
Obviously it can't conflict with Joywave's schedule, but yeah, no, I definitely want to perform more. The only time that I have performed this material was at the end of last year, like the day after Christmas. I had a really small hometown show with one of my friends. He came in from LA to do a show.
How did you feel about, actually getting to perform those songs, because you know, like you mentioned, it's you don't gravitate towards a guitar, you gravitate towards something else. So when you actually hit the stage with a completely different, you know, completely different music, completely different like instruments, like what was that like for you?
It honestly made me feel like alive again. Like I hadn't been that nervous for a show in 4 or 5 years. Like it felt so good. I was petrified, but I also hadn't felt that in a really long time. So
Yeah.
I was basking in that excitement. It was great.
I feel like that's gonna also like help you out towards the band when you guys go back on the road. I feel like those new experiences are gonna bring, I don't know, something new to the something fresh to your performance or to the band itself.
Oh, totally. Yeah, yeah.
So what's next for you? Like it's a weird time, obviously. Like, you know, tours are up in the air. You know, anything is pretty much up in the air. But what do you see happening next in the next couple months with your solo project?
Over the next probably 3 or 4 months, just putting out three or so more singles. I'm trying to make like teaser video content just like within my own means, like without having to like go to Home Depot to buy like shit to build stuff with. So that's been difficult, but yeah, just try to keep things, make it appear that everything is still interesting on my end for the viewers, I suppose.
Well,
that's
dude,
the overall plan.
Well, congratulations on you know, being able to pursue your own project. Like I feel like, you know, going out with 5 other people, 4 other people, like it's already scary enough. But when you're doing it yourself like that, you know, I can't imagine like how much more pressure that adds to you.
Well, thank you so much, man. Yeah, I'm really happy and lucky that I get to do this. So.